Okay, so today there's no vlog, but this is going to be a me and you camera kind of video where I want to talk about business and my 5 best tips. This is not the end all be all to starting and scaling and growing a company, but these are 5 things that I consider whenever I get to like a sticking point where I need to make a decision. And if I would have known these 5 things when I first got started, it would have made my job a whole lot easier to start, scale, grow, and put me in a better position right now. So number 1 is have a why. So a lot of people will have a what and a how, but they forget about the why. And the why is your purpose and direction of why you're doing what you're doing. So the what is your product or service. Are you selling a product or service in store, in retail, like brick and mortar stores, e-commerce space, like on a website like mine? What is your why though? Like, why are you doing what you're doing? And when we first started with BPN, our why was we were in an industry that was very saturated with proprietary blends. So you go in a store, everything you see is like a tunnel vision blend, a focus blend, an energy blend and boost, endurance blend. There was nothing that was really listing each ingredient and the dose right next to it. So I saw this need in the industry, and that's why I wanted to get started, was to create products with label transparency in a saturated market and industry. Number 2 is do the simple things right. And it's crazy how many brands and companies don't do these small, simple things right that can make the world's biggest difference in your brand and your reputation. So things such as quality of your product or service. If you put the time, the resources, the energy into developing a solid product or service, that is the backbone behind your company. And it makes marketing that product or service that much easier because the word of mouth will travel. You'll build great reviews, and you'll have a credible source and reputation behind your brand. Things such as shipping, returns, and customer service. Customer service is just, it has to be on point to build a reputable brand. So build standard operating procedures for your company and your organization, such as, say, an order comes in. Within an hour, you have that order packed in the beginning. As volume increases, within 24 hours. Have standard operating procedures per volume for your company, so you have that standard that you can stand behind and apply and hold employees in the company accountable. Things as customer service, at least respond that same day. If someone reaches out to your company and don't get a response, that's reputation based on your company, and that's bad word of mouth that you just don't want. Some small and simple things we did from the beginning that made a huge difference in our customer service is when volume was lower, every order that came in, we wrote handwritten thank you letters to each customer in each order. And that's when I was in Korea. So all the products were being shipped down to the States, within the States, by my brother back here. When I was in Korea, I was writing handwritten thank you letters every single night in my barracks room, sending them from Korea to the customer, just thanking them for their order. Thank you for supporting our brand. Little things like that can make the biggest difference as you're building, establishing, and branding your company. Number 3 is keep overhead low as possible and control cash flow. So in the beginning, as you're branding and building your company, do as much by yourself as you can. A lot of people think they have to outsource everything. They have to outsource the website, the label design, the product development, social media, everything, and money is just going out the window like no other. Money will go fast in the beginning stages of building that company. Do as much as you can for as long as you can, keeping overhead low and controlling that cash flow. As you scale, this is one of the things that a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners will experience, is the struggle of maintaining cash flow. So controlling your growth, for example, to give you a situation in our terms, our lead times for our products are between 4 and 12 weeks. So that's cash flow that we have to consider and manage. As money is coming in on a daily basis, money is still going out. So, we may have hundreds of thousands of dollars tied up for weeks and months for products that are in production that we won't see for, till the next quarter or so. And then during that time, you also have overhead such as your warehouse, your utilities, your payroll, marketing, advertising, a lot of different expenses. So controlling cash flow and keeping overhead as low as possible will increase your profits and your ROI. Number 4 is be transparent. And this is something that really helped our company grow and scale. Now, being transparent within your organization as well as outside your organization. The way we did this is we showed the whole process and we documented everything from start to finish, or start to where we're at right now, which built a community around our brand. So if you're able to build transparency by showing the thought process behind the beginning, the research and development, the production, getting the product, and then having that community and that consumer hold that product in their hand, being able to see the process of that development the whole way through, having transparency builds a community not only around that product, but that brand and that company, and you have a long time consumer with reputable products. Number 5 is having open lines of communication, not only within your company and your brand, but outside of your brand. So these open lines of communication are going to change from the beginning when you first start, when you're smaller, to when you're scaled and growing. You'll see a lot of business owners start a product or a service that they personally want and need, and it's exactly how they want it and need it to fit them. Whether that's, a piece of clothing or a pre-workout or anything. It fits them, but doesn't fit anyone else, or there's no need in that industry where it's not sought after. So open lines of communication, you can open them up in a survey, in an open-ended discussion, just by asking people in that market, find out what they want and what they need, and then you can develop a product or service based off of that need. Creating a supply where there's already a demand makes it a lot easier to market and sell than having a supply with no demand from the beginning. So those are my 5 tips. Like I said in the beginning, those are not the end-all be-all 5 tips and answers to building, growing, and scaling a company. But whenever you get in a position where you don't know where to go next or how to address a certain situation that you're in, considering those 5 things will make that decision-making process a whole lot easier. And it's 5 things that I wish I would have known and considered when making every decision from when I first started BPN 5 years ago. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos on these type of topics and these discussions, please let me know. So I'll see you guys in the next vlog.